Bad News Eagles, one of the toughest teams that they'll be taking on this year. We'll see if they can get the job done.
Yeah, I mean, an 11-win streak is pretty telling as, that opening frag from Ujunks is as well. Very, very clean on the Glock as now the bomb is planted. That's money in the back pockets regardless. And Ujunks, this is not an angle I think I've ever seen held on Anubis, and it works wonders. Look at that. In tandem with Roman, takes down 2, and I think Saw might just have this one on knockdown.
No question. For Juan Flacho's running as far away as possible. They're playing like an absolute madman so far this year. The guy's on fire. He's, this is really exciting. Anubis, this angle, you really have to fight to get past it, but they're flushing him out of position.
Wow, that is a boatload of util, and nobody can see anything. Roman and Rigon, they go blow for blow, but Rigon, the sneaky Swiss at the back of the site, finds yet another. Into the 3v3 we quickly go, though, as Juan Flatro, not normally the AWPer for team, is trying to catch another Saw player out of position, but he won't be so lucky as further util is expended, and GXX, oh no, he sees the header just, and they don't realize it.
Massive find right there. GXX looking to get them activated on this retake. You can see they're both locked out behind the smoke, making it even more difficult. As that smoke goes in and one on top of the bomb here, they're desperate to spam down range, but all you have to do is continue to hold mouse 1 to get that round across the line. Bad News Eagles with a very composed retake despite how things are going to shape up. A lot of time for things to figure out, but look at this flash setup. Oh, but still. Synopsy gonna find the kill. I thought maybe he was anticipating that, but not quite. Rigon again taking a nice forward angle here. Look at this off angle, but again the flashes from Stories. The setup is so immaculate, and Just is gonna catch GXX with a molly. The flank is being held by Story. 1 in a second. He's got the util to open up rounds, but he's got the closer as well.
It's just so clean. Everything is so well put together by Saw here. Their util is fantastic. Their aim is on point.
They're setting things up. It looks like they're so well trained. It's going to be very difficult to deal with. There's no question about it. I'm rather B site. So we'll see if they can offer up defense. I mean, it's 5 players here. They are so well prepared for this aggression.
Yeah, Scenario gets a nice shot off with his rifle. Ujux and Roman, they trade on back and Materis finds 1-2. Hero M4 still doing work on the back of Juan Flatro, though, as the IGL of Saw is dropped. And it's all up to Roman now in the 1v2. It's not going to happen. Juan Flatro strikes again. A nice 2k to Vitali. And Bad News Eagles, they put 2 on the board themselves. Rifle.
Yeah, that was super solid. Luckily, they did have 5 players there as well, which is a great read. There's that back and forth, but look at this turn from Juan Floucher. He nails 2 while the molly's still going on in connector. What a heroic fight right there coming through, and GXX. I did another one. That HE, I was going to say, Sanir absolutely nailed it right there in the placement. So, Asians arriving onto this A bomb site for this time GXX. He has to figure out a way to dance between these angles, and he will take care of one of those problems.
Yeah, cracker of a shot onto Materis there as Roman drops a Molotov to force Synopsy out of position. I like the way the defense is quite fluid in their positionings as those 2 kills come through as smooth as butter. But Fletcher catches another off guard. Story down, leaving Just in a 1v4. And he won't even be able to find the first. It's a rough day at the office for Just thus far, but Bad News Eagles, they're winning out on the CT side. It's a ban on out because it is a comfort pick for so many teams. And Saw absolutely won the veto here, but can they win the round as when Flatro is pressured upon? Mutiris takes a lot of damage, but no, Roman ensures with the Tech 9 it will be enough. Scenario to trade, but Story straight back in with another. GXX finally plods his way in from middle, but is smoked off the angle and his nade. Oh, that might be enough, but isn't quite deep enough, and neither is the Molotov. Bomb should be planted as Just gets another cracking kill, but Rigon trades in with an HE, but not for long. Loving the aggression here.
Everyone's low, though, and you can see GXX picking up a rifle. Hints at his knowledge of this fact here. He's going to find another kill as well, but how is he going to isolate these last 2? He's got a flank that he has to worry about, and Just, who's got himself in a nasty position over in Temple. And an isolated opportunity onto Roman, but he's got to move quickly. Not a lot of time left. He does have a kit, though. Will he be able to land these fights? GXX moving through towards connector. He lands the first, but even lower HP. Now, the bomb isn't planted for Just. He really has to make a move on, and he will fall. GXX with a 1v3, but is there enough time? It's going to be so very close. There's just barely enough. He's got it.
Oh my goodness me, GXX with the 1v3 clutch. That is monstrous there for B&E. Such a swing round as well. Are keen to make it to the finals as CCT. Keen to show why. They're 3 spots higher in the rankings. Materis high up, gets a frag. Synopsy quick to trade, though. Bad News Eagles have a very low HP player in Synopsy.
Ooh. But now wielding the op, he's able to extend favor here for his team. Great work and more proactivity coming through from Sinir. An opportunity capitalized on to Roman. Completely blindsided by this aggression in towards water, but Mutiris is able to pull things back.
How he set up his team for round success just a couple of rounds ago, as he's going to find the only player alive on the A-bomb site, get those digits punched on in, and if he so wants to, can upgrade to that orb, as the rotation is still too far away to deny its pickup, but instead falls away towards the front of the A-bomb site when Flatro's already down towards the pit. Ceneri's there overwatching. Very low HP on the Star Rifler, and even less on Ceneri. He's been removed, but Materis, at least for now, he's cut off by fire and flame. Needs to be so damn careful here. If he overextends, he could go down as one Flatro. He will seal the deal yet again, and that is 7 on the board to Bad News Eagles.
And the woes will fall off here. Synopsy. Oh, that's a freebie kill. Catching Mutiris. Trying to push the smoke, and even more. He's just raining down from above. Roman and Story have no say in this round. U-Jerk's scratching his head as shots rattle off. He gets bombarded down. That is a dominant round from B&E.
I mean, it's a dominant round from Synopsy. 4 critical frags in middle. The first one's a freebie, don't get me wrong, but the 2 down towards Canals and the surge towards the B player, it's just perfection from him. 5 against Eternal Fire yesterday, going onto the end of their T-side, and then it was a 16-13 finish, which they couldn't get a single T-side round on the board. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but GXX gets ahead of the game and finds 2 opening frags for the round, and Sorter again made to look a bit silly, as this is, after all, their map pick, and a map that they just seem so well rehearsed in.
Ooh, that spam is stunning. Rigon's able to dodge the flash as well. No success coming through. They're getting spammed down. Rigon locking this A side down. It was a desperate reposition from Saul to try and take that space, but Story, you know, best case scenario, he gets a bomb plant. Worst case, he just gets leveled right here on the off angle. Spotted out by Sania. Was able to call in some rotations here. And Story doing some decent damage. It's all swiped aside though, and the success continues. And surely we get smoked off here. We've seen them attempt it, but Udrix actually takes the fight and just perfectly playing those angles. They are getting collapsed in upon. It doesn't matter. 2 kills kill the beat. GXX is going to dive past the smoke. He's staying alive, but he's down low and he can't really help out this A side here. So
defender here. Ceneri's not properly rotated in yet, and that smoke, it buys him so much space.
Oh my God.
Just, are you kidding me? On Flatro removed before he can even see the opposition. Ceneri, this is a risky play. He pushed in the smoke, but is unfortunately only pushing his own demise further forward. GXX trapped behind that still ever promiscuous smoke wall. Lobs in a nade, and it does a bit of damage, but it's only a tickle in comparison to 3 near full health bars. This is going to be a nightmare 2v3, but as it's the last round, they have to go for it.
The way that you isolate these tools is going to be so difficult, but GXX does a good job so far. There's the fight from U-Jerk still. Leveling out the playing field. Rigon now in a 1v1 situation. He has a smoke as well. He just needs to fully stick it though. Story, he dives through it again. Is there enough time? It's going to be so close. Rigon, does he have it? No, he does not. And Saw close out the half with 5, just barely. We'll be tossing to a quick break, and once we come back, we'll get back with the more action.
The gorgeous Utah rains down towards the A-bomb site, but they're not going to activate off the back of it. Instead, they charge down middle, just deals with Synopsy quite quickly. Ujex chimed on in. Rigon will trade, though, as the B-bomb site's heavily under threat. Just dinked whilst falling by Rigon, and that bomb will go down relatively uncontested.
Yeah, the heavy presence of mid, they sold a bit of an A-fake there, and all the rotations were far too delayed. Rigon finding 2 more kills, and the pistol looking to be closed out pretty easily in a 1v3 Story. Nothing he can say is actually Rigon with an ace that he finds in the pistol right there. What a monstrous start to the half from him. He was locking things down so incredibly on that A side. Bit of a battle of the Titans going on here with only 35 seconds left in the round. There is some movements that need to be made soon. The flash coming through on a Synopsy. He's not blinded up, but the kill still comes through. And now Story needs to anticipate this aggression. Ready for it, but the kill is still flooding in favor of B and E, and it should be a comfortable close for them as well.
I mean, the Romans are used to winning eccentric and unpredictable warfare, but I don't think a Desert Eagle will be enough to necessarily win out a 1 versus 3. against the likes of a very informed Bad News Eagles. Roman peeks the corner, but Juan Flatshow
sneak their way on towards A right now.
No way.
And a prime opportunity to find one, but here's the scope right around the corner. Oh, Story gonna go down. Same case for Muteris, and now he's crunching in towards the A side. Roman scopes up and scopes in, but he's revealed his position, and he's getting closed in from A main as well. Synopsy has the rotations cut off. This is all fallen to pieces, and it's all at the hand of Juan Flaucho's mid-lurk right there.
Okay, round of applause for Juan Flatro. What an incredible round, but it's not over just yet. He can isolate a duel towards the back of the site. Now edging further forward. Teneri first in line. Won't even be removed as just fluffs his lines. The Bad News Eagles, what an incredible round. Shout out again to Juan Flatro. That mid-lurk was immaculate. Look at that. He's given Materis a taste of his own medicine, Exner.
Here with his utility and Belton. Seen him lose the 5v3 on the pistol. I don't know if they can replicate that same success, though.
I like to call this position the deadly dodgeball corner, because it is just throwing offensive util at each other for pretty much the entire round. And Ujerks, he wins out this game of deadly dodgeball as he decides to pull out a gun, which isn't very fair. Cineri pulls out a 2K from nowhere. Story misses a crucial shot, only legs him on the cross. Can he get away? My goodness!
No way.
Why did he turn his back at a time like that? GXX!
Oh my God!
What a 2K from him as well! It's a 1v1 now against the likes of Roman. And Roman, he's very much not the primary AWP, nor he is in the form he was demonstrating yesterday. This could well be it. You said a 5v3 was tough.
He's going to make some sound cues here. It hasn't been heard, though. Look at this. Roman's still moving into the B-bomb side. He's none the wiser, and there's just enough time to plant that bomb. All of a sudden, this round favors GXX. How has it come to this? In a 2v5, it's just GXX versus Roman. The head-to-head's going to be met towards mid, but Roman lands the no-scope and stays alive.
Are you kidding me? Roman, of all the rounds to start showing up, you do it with a no-scope in a nightmare. Glitching 1v1. I can't believe it. GXX had that on lockdown. He sees the shadow, he sees the barrel, but
it's treading water a little bit, right? That's the key detail here. They're still not in a great position. The money's not all that nice. They got themselves a quick 4v4 here. GXX again waiting for this aggression. Look at this angle though. Roman setting himself up for success. GXX anticipating it. This time he gets a no-scope of his own. A little bit of revenge for GXX.
Oh man, I've not been this excited for an opening map in quite some time, but Bad News Eagles, they've been firing on all cylinders, and Muteris firing a bomb by quite a long one. Juan Fletcher and Synopsis, oh, it's over! It's over! In like 2 seconds! I can't even finish the sentence, by God! Bad News Eagles, they win their opponent's map pick by 10 rounds! That was a ridiculous performance! I still haven't recovered! Unique at the moment, but I reckon it'll become more commonplace. I mean, FaZe have done it as well on this very map against Outsiders. His Story, well, he starts the fragging. Flatro to trade, Story finds yet another on that P250. Quite the prominent pistol indeed, as just makes a couple of sound cues behind that smoke and decides to drop another one to delay further, but Synopsy won't be delayed. Instead, straight into the fragging stream, leaves us in a 3v3, but not for long as Synopsy. That is a gorgeous frag on the dastardly dueling Materis. Tries to trade on back. It's a real struggle here as he does catch Rigon, but GXX left in a 1v1. He will check out Story, and it's a flying frag to Fine. A little bit of flair to seal up the pistol, and Bad News Eagles, they've only gone and done it again.
Yeah, it would be so insane here. Is Rigon locking down another one of these excellent A-site holds that he's been able to do on Anubis as well, but only good for one on Synopsy. A lot of changes onto Story, though. Down to 28 HP here. He's put on notice it's going to be required of his teammate Muteris over in towards Cave to get the damage done. But now everyone's falling to bits. Everyone's overwhelming, and Scenario is able to close things off, cap it.
As Just does at least take good mid control, and that is one thing that's sort of very good at, but not for long as GXX, he back in for another one. Oh no, it's collapsing at the seams.
You talked about it. This guy is opping is so incredibly deadly. Does miss a shot into U-jerks, but it's not really going to do too much surely in the long run. He does miss another shot, but yeah, that's the key detail there. As Rigon stands so closely beside him. The bomb.
Opening kill. Finding M42 there, Tally, but Rigon looks to patch that up quite swiftly. Materis has been spotted, finds the first but not the second. Surely not on just the pistols here for Saw to find a round.
The utility on B. Has to find a way to bypass and maybe just shoot a couple shots downrange. Smoke, and there's the attempt, but it comes right back, of course. And Taking a little bit of flack for that. What's their avenue of approach here? That's a nice start to the retake there. Effort. Udrix claims another life though, and will that deter? No. GXX waits for that reaggression, and Udrix finds one more before he does fall. It leaves Justin to the 1v1. Stick and not baited out at all. Just going to remain in the corner.
Okay.
That should be the round locked in.
Something I've already complimented them on. The GXX compliments to the chef. Cooks up a storm towards the B-bomb site, catches Udrix completely off guard, and Materis is quick to trade things out, but GXX is there for more.
We talked about here the multi-kill machine strikes again, but they've lost the A-bomb site in the meantime here. Up here, he's sticking around though, and Juan Flautro sure to fall over towards the middle. That's a freebie for Materis. Can he get another one? You're dancing between the angles. He has fallen as well, and Cenari's actually diving back in towards this B-bomb site. He's gonna post up.
They come up the ramp slowly. It's Story and Roman in tandem. Do they clear their corners? Roman, oh, he clears the wrong one first, and Cenari finally an opportunity to strike, but a lovely frag from the youngster in Story, overshined by his counterpart in GXX thus far, but this could be his time to shine. Fake flash rains on over, and it works absolute wonders. Great headshot onto GXX, 50 cal round to the cranium, and saw
that CT side activation, constantly looking for ways to open up rounds here. Rigon going to be included in that mix, but he walks right into the crosshair. A little bit messy on the spray, but it gets the job done, and now it's going to force a reroute in towards the B side. Synopsy left alone. 25 seconds. He has to buy time. He has to nail these shots, so they all sneak past him. A bit of problems arriving, but he can't find one. Needed just a couple of kills there to lock that one down. You can understand the trigger.
So that's actually a flawless round they could be posting up here, and a Story cuts down Cenari.
Here, so it's just going to be phasing the smoke as they dance in between it here. Who's going to favor it? Jerks an opportunity. He's certainly favored in this exchange as he takes two on this B-bomb site. Again, it's one of these rounds that you just have to call curtains on in.
Collecting achievements like Pokemon cards out here on the source side. A Story picks up another frag onto Rigon, and Synopsy, he's not equipped to trade. Massive loss to be taking as their economy still not in a, well, I say great place. It's not in a place at all. The Synopsy, that second shot is brutal, and he may have just saved over an AWP because of it, but Materis, he's here. He's got plenty of cash in his back pocket, and it should be a swift kill onto the Saber with that saw. Fine 5 rounds, not flawless by any means.
Udrix has already taken his ground, and they don't even have donut control right now for the most part. Roman's going to grab that, and it's a 5v5 retake with so much time left on the clock and one less player.
Ooh, that's a bit of a miss there from Story. Looking like he ran out of mouse mat as Rigon trades on through. The tough 4v4 here for both sides, but Manflatra removing one of the star youngsters of sort puts them in a good position on the BNE side. Roman immediately shuts that down, though, as Rigon's still on the hunt. This guy is alive on 2 HP. Someone tickle him and he'll kill over. Materis, though, does far more than tickle. Manflatra gives him a nice scalp massage through the box and finishes off onto the body. 2v2 continues as just... oh, it's a very messy spray, but Roman gets it over the line, and Saw finds 7. One away from closing out the half. Hold on a minute. No, okay, Cenari's come back to help out his teammate in Synopsy, and now that Molotov's been thrown, they're even more proactive towards B lane. That smoke will slow them down ever further. In fact, no, I'm mistaken. Ujax is just going to run straight through it. Synopsy goes down, and my god, Saw, the entries are insane! He's snapping all over the shop as Ujax does another one! 3 kills on the entry to the B-bomb site, and Rigon, there is nothing that he can do to stop it.
Yeah, Story gonna put a quick into that one here. Full house between the dynamic duo here. Ujerks with it sometimes you can't. And Rigon, you said he had to level up here. I feel like, you know, in his short chances to land shots on A, he's been doing a good job. And he does it again. I mean, this guy's been playing rotate strike for most of the game. It's been the B side. It's been a big weakness right there, because on that A side, he's been good for 2 every time they've gone for those quick executions, and he's been standing there. He's locked it down, and he does it once again. He goes for even more, 19 HP and more proactivity here. He's going to have his prime opportunity for Story right around the corner. He's not going to anticipate this. He's dead to rights, but he doesn't immediately pull the trigger. Instead, he's just going to let this round play out. Going to give it a little bit of time. The issue is the other 2 players are going in through Donut, and there's the kill, and there's the complication. I feel like that could end the round here for Saul.
Yeah, with the bomb so isolated and Synopsy up so close and personal, he's just removed Ujerks, leaving just in a 1v3. Not gonna be happy scenario to riddle his way out of. Edges forward, tries to bait out a shot from Rigon perhaps. And the smoke does fall, but I think the smoke's a bit too shallow. Not that it's going to matter now as GXX is in from CT and swiftly removes him from play. That was a 10-round streak in a row there for Saw. Let's see if they can pick up where they left off come the next half after this short break. Is their most played map. So they are definitely no slouch. They're not unfamiliar with the territory. It's just is not unfamiliar with a 2K on those dastardly Julies. He keeps on spamming away. He's good for another one. Synopsy falls to them as well, and GXX only good for the single in reply. Smooterius now tries to chime on in as well, and no way have we just gotten to a 2v2 from that. Poor old Just does everything he needs to as one Flatro bags himself another. Roman now it's a 1v2. The bomb is down. He's got no kit. Dual Berettas. They say two guns are better than one, but can he deal a kill off the two players? No, we can't. The heads are just too far apart for him to swivel, and one Flatro finally finding a bit of a resurgence, picks up 3 in the pistol. Big rear flank, but Roman appears to have his number.
Ready for that wide swing here, but now he gets himself even further tucked in. It's all a game of timing right now on this flank, but immediately clothesline. And Story, can he find a second? It would be massive. GXX not turning the corner there, but eventually will. Eventually we'll be able to find the kill. And Synopsy covers. He knows where the last player is as well. Dinking down from Just. Looking to dive in on this retake. He has 2 to deal with, though, and the bomb's planted for CT, making his job even more difficult. Reloads taking place. Coverage for 1 Just. He's bested Synopsy in another quick fashion, but no kit means he really has to move. With that little delay, I don't know how much they'll be able to find.
I think the bomb's already too far ticked. He's got to stick it immediately, and GXX can just spin the corner. And he fakes out sticking the bomb, but it's not really going to matter. He gets away with a Galil, which isn't the best weapon, but GXX doesn't get away at all. Successfully, but also gets GXX tagged up in the body. Very lucky to still be alive, as the A-bomb site is, at least for now, still on lockdown. But that smoke is clinical. But so is that shot from Story. Roman, another. By God, Saw, what a performance thus far.
One Flaw showed a 1v4, has to fight his way out of this one. Knife is out, and spray a little bit labor, but it gets the job done. That's a really textbook retake right there.
There's 3 Eagles here in a Tech 9. Trying to support one Flatros. Again, he goes very aggressive, and by God, what a shot onto Ujex to start things off.
Oh, there it is. He finds himself a second as well. He did his job with the AK right there. It's not recoverable in either of the rifles, but look at the rotations that have been caused. Look at the chaos that's been created by just one Flautro. Synopsy has been able to tuck himself in towards CT spawn, catching Roman off guard, cutting off rotations as well. One more deagle shot in him. No. Story's going to put an end to the madness here, but the bomb site has already been claimed, and the bomb soon to go down as well.
He's running out of time in tandem with the man in Mutiris. Story's just been spotted towards Donut, and no way he reads this angle. What a round from Bad News Eagles. A hero AK double entries to B bomb site, and somehow they still end up on A with 3 left alive after a string of very disappointing round attempts. They do manage to get 2 of the 3.
MP9's in play. A lot of utility tossed in their way here. It's a back and forth, and Scenari's going to land it on a Just. Rigon dives through the smoke. And immediately we've got ourselves into a little 4v3. Scenari does get run down, but that's allowed for the B players to scale up in their face of Ujerks.
Yeah, I mean, another big problem here is that Ujerks is being so heavily relied upon by Saw that as he waits for his teammates to come up behind him, a smoke is deployed. And, oh, it's a nice double swing. GXX shoots right in the midst of the pair of them. So not just trade on out, but Juan Flatro is the kingpin, hiding in towards Ninja. Mutiris doesn't even find the first. Smoke was in a good spot. There was an opportunity, but B&E, they've just found double digits and are still showing no signs of slowing down again.
Though they won the round here, we'll see how much they can sell with this B fake here. They are really selling it as Juan Floucher up the ramp again, looking to take all the different angles. It's actually Rigon that finds the first. And Juan Floucher looking for the second, though he doesn't cover the right angles. Just needs to hold his spray, hold his nerve. He's good for 3, and Story remains feet planted on that B side, rather A side here. This is a second shot, but he will not miss a third. Third time's the charm. A story will close things out. And just, man, a saving grace in that round as they were losing their grip on that B site.
Alone for now on the A-bomb site. Could well have a bombardment coming through towards his position at a moment's notice. GXX ensures that he won't survive long enough to deny the bombardment, and that is fantastic. Isolating Mutiris. He's going to get nothing done, and saw they're starting to crumble. Oh, dearie me. Synopsy as well with the mid-lurk. Catches the AWPer, gets the AWP, and Ujux does manage to deny a further frag, but Juan Flatro ensures this round is firmly stamped down as BNEs.
But still, it was so stunning to see his ability to anchor. Then Roman immediately just wide swinging into so much different presence. Sure, maybe not anticipating a huff, but
16-14 loss versus Complexity on LAN. More recently, they beat one with 19-16, but that was before the switch of coach, the switch of changes in the roster as Zeneri. I don't know what I've just watched. He entries, but Rigon shoots his teammate in the back. Ujux chives on him for another one. Flatro ensures that the man advantage is didn't back down to even stature. Story now from the back line. He's found success from this position before. Can he do it again? As he continues to dance around the back lines with his teammates picking up the pace.
Oh my God.
Picking up a frag with GXX with Tiris. It's now a 1v2 for the IGL.
GXX has a cutoff as well. Does reposition right into the open arms. Terrace gets clotheslined by GXX, and they take the lead in the T side of Ancient.
Oh, and now they're just down to the slightly upgraded pistols again. Mutiris will be picking up the pace, but can he pick up that opening frag? More importantly, just no! Never turn your back in that position. Ceneri on the MAC-10 starts the farming. Flatro finds another. But hold on a minute, Story and Ujux into frag a piece. We're into a 3 versus 2 for Saw here. We've seen the unupgraded pistols do madness for them before, but now they've got that extra advantage. And Mutiris has found Rigon on the red flag. Ujux, it's another. By God, it's going to be 13-13, Exner.
Oregon, it's none the wiser. They know exactly where he is. It's just a matter of time. Muterus Surfer seeing. He does turn the Oregon. A 6th sense right there. He swapped out one. Now he has to isolate the last 2 jerks. How fitting it is that he closes 32 kills.
What weaponry's been brought into it has felt like a gun round. The pistols, yeah, they beat rifles every day of the week. The half-buy, yeah, sure, they got a good chance as Roman chimes on in with an open. It's a Rigon. Yeah, no, much slower performance in this map than he had on Anubis. He was lights out there, but he's had his lights knocked out in this one. Ujux dances around the back column, but Ceneri closes in on him. Mutiris, another swift trade, though. It's a 4v3 for the defense. Can they cling on to this B site? Currently a 3v2 as Bad News Eagles push on in. That smoke gives him enough cover to plant, but just, is he going to go through it? No, he misses a crucial opportunity and timing.
Oof. Juan Flatro in a position in which he's thrived before, a nice and chunky HE, but it puts even more pressure, and that smoke fades, and it certainly doesn't favor Juan Flatro. GXX, I think best case scenario is he just calls this one a bit of a save. 10-second defuse. He's going to inch his way forward here, but yeah, I think he knows which way this is going. It's back to a tied scoreline. He does have to dive on out. He safely escaped the round.
For him to be relegated to just the sidearm as Roman daddles his way down middle. Great mid-control here from Saul, but Rigon looks to get cheeky with it. Ujux strikes first. Mutiris another. Saul look to finally regain their lead at a 15th round.
It's not shaping up to be, that's for sure. They're locked. Out of position. Story is inching forward. Ceneri catches a shoulder, and he does land a kill. An all-important one that opens up this B side, but can they still recover? As Ujux just catches a nice angle. And I think it might be 15 written all over for Saul.
He does at least make it look pretty flashy as he sits 24-16, the highest on his team, but not the server, as Ujux could potentially still be on for a 40 bomb in regulation.
And he just needs a little bit of early damage to lift the rest of his team up. And there's a spot. Early information given over. A headshot nailed. Story dancing in between these angles. He needs help. And the trade does come through. At least it's 2 for 2. But we stand at a level playing ground tier 3v3 right now. How do they work this one? They still have 1 minute and 20 left on the clock.
In this deadly game of rock, paper, scissors, Pistol apparently beats Rifle, but will that be replicated again? Yes, it will be! Synopsy on the Tech 9, bests Roman on the A1S. And Roman, he's not had the best of games, 13-19. on their own pick. One flat throw. This timing could be immaculate. Just looking all we see for Tech9 Barrel. It's not often that you get to say that as just toys with him for a little bit. Tricks them into a false sense of security. Finally executes one fletcher as he turned around. Tenoxi tries to plot the bomb out in the open as they think they've got CT secured, but Ceneri ensures that now they do. It's a 1 versus 2, and Ujux, of course it's him, is the man to deal the dirty. Sees the back of Synopsy as he walked onto the site. Finds the first for free, but Ceneri shuts him down. Not the best of maps so far for the young man, but by God, come the end of it, we have ourselves an overtime, and I don't think any other way would be appropriate to send us off.
The map. Those 4 spies have netted very little comfort for any team as Roman tucked in towards the corner. He actually lines up a little bit of damage there. Didn't even realize that he's completely scared off this aggression, but in the meantime, taking care of business as well is the Opera of GXX. He's only good for 1, though. He got quickly traded out, and this aggression, this endeavor continues. Juan Flautro is going to sideline just, though. Udrix stands close by, but absolutely terrified. This head-to-head, a clash of the Titans, and Udrix is going to go for it. It seems like he's inching forward, but he's also getting closed out upon. He still finds a kill. The guy's an absolute beast, but it only puts it into a 2v2 as the trade comes as quick as can be. And Synopsy and Ceneri will have to try and pick up the pieces here, figure out where they want to finish.
Well, he messed up in the last round of regulation. Can he claw things together? As no way does the timing elude him this badly. Oh my goodness.
Might be a blessing in disguise, though, here. He's got now a bit of a flank that he could pull through, and there's 1. Can he find 2? Right around the corner. A trade as quick as can be. Scenario's been a little bit slow in this map, so could he open us up in overtime with a 1v2? Story stands right along the corner there, and he's going to go for the fight. He's going aggressive, meeting him head-to-head. It's a 1v2 clutch to open up overtime. What a way for him to kick things off.
So far we have seen resulted in perfect utility, but unfortunately the rounds have been far from such as Rigon sprays down Materis. The T's have replaced themselves in the defensive positions. Roman's caught up in Donut here, and there's nothing that B&E can do for at least the next 10 seconds. I tell a lie. Ucho could have found a frag onto GXX. It's just to do the dirty instead. Frags flying all over the shop, but heavily favouring B&E is just... He sees too many targets, and not like this! And Nubsy, the BM is impeccable!
Oh, they have unleashed in overtime. Sol have let it slip far too far right now.
They're News Eagles. And the power of friendship, you could write a book about it. As Ucho's not much friendly left it in. Find another frag. A 2KD has just chimed on in as well. Ujux, he continues the good fight. 41 kills. It is ridiculous from the young gun. Ceneri sprays on down through the wall to no avail, to no trade. This could well be a 16th for sure, but... These
two teams have been battling out. Ujux, one thing's for sure, this guy's been playing like a madman, but he still lands a headshot. That's enough. Roman, a quick trade alleviates a lot of stress here. It's all on the back. Ceneri, who immediately lands a headshot. That's promising. And 1 HP close by. That HP, I don't know if it'll cut it, but that certainly will. Roman, luckily able to trade things out and keep things contained, but that was looking very scary. Just coming through towards mid with the duo of Synopsy and Rigon. Really looking to thread the needle on this timing.
Yeah, the util starts to rain on down, so Materis' position has been confirmed. And Synopsy confirms a kill onto him, more importantly, but Ujux, by God, the double trade! He is insane with an AK, he's insane just in every department as GXX! Oh no, the timing eludes him! Ujux is found, but look what happens from a main. Roman seizes an opportunity, and one flat throws left in a 1v3 as his teammate needs time to rotate over.
Ooh. Flotro. Obviously, Story's going to cover that line, but he didn't maybe find a bit of a gap in the timing there. He's stuck past the up for now. In the meantime, though, Ceneri. Oh my God, Wall Flotro. He moves past the smoke and save with Ceneri. Able to dive past it. Now it's just left into a 1v1. Looking to edge his way forward. There's actually no kit here in Juan Flotro, so he has to figure that way on his way back into this round. He's picked up a flash, but there's still no kit yet to be found. He is really getting stalled out. There's that kit. Grabbed out just to land a tripwire, though, and he won't. Juan Flaucher will save them once again, and they're on to 18. Somehow, Bad News Eagles claim series point and Ancient.
Flaucher takes a bit of nade damage to add to the tally. Falls on back from Cave as Uchox just seems to be everywhere, and Rigon, by God, what a lovely AWP shot, and because of the economy of OT, they've once again been afforded the double AWP setup that eluded them for the majority of that second half.
Such a lifeline for them as well, GXX, especially when he's wielding it. Perfect angle, and he takes care of the monster that Bad News Eagles have struggled to deal with all throughout. A beautiful kill coming through once more. He doesn't just want to get limited to one. He will take care of business here. It's just one more standing. Roman and Just. And actually, they've slipped on by, but no, GXX, he's repositioned perfectly. Now it is only one player left standing. Just with his back against the wall. We might be seeing Saul's first loss in 2023.
Goodness, after a string of one events, GXX puts an end to it near single-handedly in that final round of OT. And with that, Exner, a ridiculous 19-16 scoreline after an even crazier series. We go from 16-6 to 19-16.